Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to hopefully the first in a new series called Production for Dummies. And in this first episode, I will be showing you how to mix your beats. So for this example, I decided to use my beat Throw It Back, aka the beat that Nas Man Jr. used for his song Sun Sun. And in terms of mixing, this beat is actually really simple. So I'm going to show you in this video how you can mix your beats. First thing you want to do is you want to go to the channel rack up here, and you want to have all of your instruments right here in the same rough area. So what you want to do is hold Control or Command in my case and highlight all of these, and then you want to go to your mixer, there we go, and usually pick the very first one. I'm just going to pick number 11 just to show you how to do it, and go to channel routing and route selected channel starting from this track, or just hit Shift Control L. It will route all of your instruments to the channels in the mixer track. Now, what you want to do is you want to hold Control or Command once again, and then highlight these, and then go down to this little arrow right here, right click, and hit Route to this track only, and it will route all of the existing mixer channels to 1. Now, I'm just going to undo this because I already have it set up over here. And the reason you want to do it this way is so you can apply effects to all of your instruments. And for this one, it was really simple. I have a Fruity Parametric EQ2 pulled up right here, and I have it so where the EQ will basically cut out the bass frequencies or the lower frequencies of your instruments. In order to do that, what I would recommend doing is pulling up Fruity Parametric EQ2 and going to the presets, 14 hertz plus 18 kilohertz cut, and then bring this to around 328 hertz, just like that. This will basically cut out the low end of your instruments and leave room for any bass instruments that you're going to use later. And I'm going to show you like before and after, like what this sounds like without low end or without the EQ, and then with the EQ. And now I'm going to play this entire section right here just to show you why I cut those instruments out. Or cut out those frequencies, I mean. So you see it sounds very nice and clean. Now, for our 808s, what I will typically do is I will usually have my 808s boosted in the piano roll. I usually have them around 98, I want to say. Yeah, like 98. And like you don't want to have them at 100 because that's a little bit too much. Sometimes you just want to have the velocity at 91 to 89. That's like a really good sweet spot if your sounds aren't cutting through. Now, the drums. So for your drums, I usually have them in sampler channels like this, and what you want to do is highlight all of these the same way you did with your instruments, take them to the mixer channel, and then just route them the same way you would your instruments. Now, what's important to note about the drums, at least the way I do it, you want to leave the 808s out, because if you route it to the drum channel, it will pretty much undo whatever boosting you were doing in either the piano roll or in the sampler channel itself. But what you want to do is route your drums to the channel, again leaving out the 808, and then put on Fruity Compressor, and then go to presets, internal, and drums, and then you want to mess with the gain knob until it sounds the way that you want it to. For this one, I ended up going with 11 dB. That was the sweet spot that I found for this beat. And for the kicks, if you choose to have a kick in your beat, what you want to do is have the kick highlighted, right-click on the arrow, sidechain to this track. I'm going to undo it real quick because it's already side-chained to the 808, which is what you want to do. You want to sidechain the kick to the 808. Despite what Kenny Beats will tell you,
people using side chaining as a band-aid, to me is lame.
And then you want to have Fruity Limiter on the 808, bring the side chain up to 1, and then mess with these until the 808 gets cut out when the kick comes in. I'm going to show you what that looks like on the limiter. And the reason you want to do this is because sometimes the kick and 808 will be playing together, and because they occupy the same frequency, you don't want to have them playing together because it will create a lot of muddiness in your mix, similar to why you have to cut out the low ends of your instruments. And then once you've finished routing everything and putting the appropriate effects on your drums, then you can mess with the individual instruments or drums in the mixer channel. What I chose to do is I chose to put a Fruity soft clipper on the kick, and then put it on the master channel as well, because I want to have the kick being loud, but I also want it to be clean. I chose to make the hi-hats pretty loud as well, because this is a Tay Keith type beat, and as you all know, hi-hats gotta be loud.
Most producers don't have their hi-hats loud. I just have mine loud as hell, like you just gonna hear them. That's one of my signature sounds. You hear them hi-hats, you know it's my beat.
And you also gotta have the tss, you gotta have the tss open hats.
Tss.
And in terms of mixing, you're pretty much done. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you in hopefully the next episode of this new series. Bye.